Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to do some practice instead of making some beautiful thing. But this practice is very helpful for me. That's when I just starting touching the new geometry node system, and it really improved me from like a baby don't know anything, and after this practice I kinda into my current stage, which still a beginner, but you can really to do things by your own, unlock your imagination, that how you can like connecting all these different nodes. It really helped me, so I just want to share this way of practice to improve your skill as well. So we are going to use geometry node to copy the effect that is in the modifier of Blender. Everyone using Blender for some time is very familiar with all this modifier. By this way you can build your own modifier that is built from the geometry node. So every time you can just like drag in to use that. It will be better than you use modifier from the modifier section, because it will be much more flexible. So just put that in the SS library, or just use a pen or link to your own project. So let's do it. So as you see, I already select some modifier we are going to make, and I think most of them, maybe one or two, will be quite more difficult and we will skip that or what, we'll see. And let's do some more easy one first. So first we are going to make this most used modifier, because that will be probably the easy one to do. Subdivision. So let's use Suzanne. We name this to be the same as the modifier, so that we will remember that. Subdivision, easy. Subdivision surface, right? So we got it, right? But see, if you check this modifier, they have like a viewport mode and a render mode, so we can do that as well. So we take we know it's called viewport. It's viewport. So this node basically it tell you, instead of the rendering, everything is like viewport mode. So it just tell you are you rendering or not. So you can use that to switch and set this to integer. So the viewport mode will be 1, will be true. So true is 0, and false will be rendering. So let's see how it turned out. So now it looks like without the subdivision surface, but when we're rendering things, it will have a subdivision. So that's how it works. So basically we finish this modifier, and you don't have to do this like every time, but we will do it for couples. So we can take this out for these two and this. So it will be like to name that, and take this up, render, and this I will put it smooth. You already have your own made modifier. How cool is that? Set this to be 0, 0, to be 1. So we got our first bell modifier. We can to make it like, it's called fake user. It means it will always be safe in your file. If without clicking that, if you are not using this node, when you close this file, it will be deleted. That's how the Blender work, it try to save unuseful things. So click that to save, so you will not lose. Okay, let's make another one. Let's see what we can do. So this is finished, so maybe when it's finished we toggle something on so you can see. So let's make another easy one. Wireframe. Wireframe is pretty easy too. We can just make new one. New Susam. A new note. And we name that to be wireframe, right? Mesh to curve. Mesh, and give a profile so it will be curved circle, and set this to be 4, not too much, and this to be 0.01. Yep, that's the wireframe works. You know what, let's put this always on and we can see it, compare ourselves. Yep, basically looks the same. So let's take something out that we can control. Let's put the resolution, radius, fill the gap. Yep, basically we're done and we don't have to rename all this. They're naming very good. Okay, so let's do the next one. Let's do the Solidify, but the Susam is not perfect for C in the Solidify modifier, so we put the plane inside. This way we can have that to see. So let's do Solidify. I'll copy this name. We'll make a plane. Okay. I'll make a new node called the Solidify. Okay, so let's do it. Extrude mesh. So we got it like this, but without the bottom. So we have to join them. Join geometry, but we have to flip it. So we will get it right. So flip face, and we have to join the vertex. If we don't join the vertex, things will be not ideally, but it could be something you wish to do, but we do the proper way first. So we join them and see everything is smooth with this subdivision surface, like the proper way it's supposed to be, without the merge by distance. It looks something like this because they are not actually connecting. So this will be two separate, like a object to be subdivision surface. So sometimes it will be something you will like, so that's how you know is to work with this. And something about this offset scale, usually they don't go to the negative. If you just use the slider, it will not go to negative, but actually it's possible to go to the negative, so we can plug this out to see. You plug that out and you change the minimum to be something minus. You can see it's actually go to the minimum. So that's maybe sometime you would like to do. I would like to flip the face when you go to the minimum, so I will compare that. If it's less than 0, let's see this. By this way, when you go to the negative, the face will be flipped, so it will be correct. There are like quite a lot of things you can do about it. You can take all this out, but I think we got the basic, so it's good enough. Let's save that. And next we do this Displace. So Displace means just things that will be pushed out from normal. So we can do that. Take a monkey and we take this name, Displace. Displace. Okay, new one, Displace. So it has to do with set position. We have to use the normal and vector math. Set it to scale. So we got it. It's that simple. But we can make more use noise texture. Apply the coloring, so it could be more random, so we subdivide that to see. So we use a noise texture to test, but I think it's not able to use noise texture outside of the output, so we will not use that just to test. But one thing we can use is the weight paint, so we plug this out and give a name to weight paint. Just name it like short. So in the modifier section you will see something like this, which means you can tweak this for the modifier. So that's how you can do, but we want to use the weight paint. So first you just click this sign, and from here you can see all these different choice, but we want to choose the weight paint. We will just go to the weight paint section. That's I already do that, so I delete that and make a new one, and name it weight paint. So let's go to the weight paint mode. So we just paint something to test out. Okay, so when we go back to the modifier, we can find our weight paint, and by clicking that, it will give the result. So we can leave that, and we can make it like a more control. So we will like to use like this, just plus them together. So by doing this, we can have like 2 layers. So we can have all this. And maybe we can make a scale for this too. Scale and plug this out and make this 2. So this will control the weight paint, scale of the weight paint, and this will do for everything. So by doing that, we get our displace. Take out the subdivision because that is not that's not including that. Okay, so we finished another one. Let's do some more. So let's do this weld. This is another quite easy one. So what is this do? Let's test that out. So it's basically like a merge by distance. So I think we can do that. Let's give a number to see. Maybe 0.2. That's the result it will be looks like. So let's make a monkey. Take this name. Make a new one. So merge by distance. Let's see, is that the same? 0.2. That is quite similar, maybe a little bit different. Maybe use Triangulate will fix some of the problem, not sure, but you don't have to be perfect because it's just a practice to give you an idea. Yeah, either way it's okay. So basically we finished that, and we can take the selection too because that will give some so we take out the selection so we can use weight paint to give some selection that it's white together. So just like we do the previous modifier, we can make some weight paint and just paint on it. So maybe we will like this area to be merged. Everything that is red will be merged. So select the weight paint. Yep, it will be looking like this. So you only affect this area. It's quite interesting. Yep, so we basically finished that too. Let's see. So now we can also use it like mask. So what's mask do? Mask will mask everything that is in the weight paint, but because this doesn't have the weight paint, so it will mask everything. Let's make some weight paint here. Okay, name that to be original test one, and let's see if we return on the mask. We'll choose the weight paint. We'll get this. So everything is red in the weight paint will be showing, and by this arrow it showed the opposite. Okay, let's do that. So let's make some mask. Susan mask, new mask. So we have to use a separate geometry. Just plug that in and take out the selection. Okay, as we do before, we make some weight paint. And then go back to the modifier, choose this one. So we got it now, but we want to switch between this and this. So using switch, and yeah, geometry. So now we got this. So just take that out. So we can toggle this here. So what's this do this? To make the power less. Can we do that? But I think it's not necessary. I think we skip that for a moment, or maybe we do that. Okay, let's try to do that. So now we know the selection is Boolean. So what we want is we use the weight paint. We plug the weight paint inside and compare the weight paint to a compare node, and if it's higher than certain number, it will be select. So let's make a vector that is for weight paint and use a compare. Let's say this to be a vector. Give this to weight paint. So now you basically do the same thing as, and just plug this out and make it to be float. Just by tweaking this, you can basically get the effect like this, transhold. So we can delete this selection because now the weight paint will be the selection, and this will be here. So basically we are copying this mask. We can get it invert, and we can give this transhold. Set the minimum to 0, and yep, basically we're done here. Let's do this triangulate. There's nothing special here, just make things be triangle. So we have one node just to do that, so it's pretty easy. we're finished. That's now, and just do another. Let's do the edge split. What edge split do? If I just turn on the edge split, you cannot see anything, but if you use a modifier, subdivision surface, you can see. You just split the edge and with some different angle. So let's try to do that. Put a monkey and then this, and new one, and then this, and see, is there an edge split? So is that working? Just like that? It kinda is, but we know this angle. Maybe try to do that. Try to use edge angle and compare that. Let's see how it will goes. Yeah, it does have some effect. It's just this is not like an angle. So by just using math and set this to be radians and plug this in, we can get a number that is more manageable. Like it almost looks exactly the same as that. And I just know use this on side angle to radius, it will be exactly the same as this modifier. And I don't know, I'm not sure what these two are different. Yeah, everyone know, please tell me. I haven't looked much into this note yet. So we just do the exact same modifier here, and just to have to name that. So that will be today, and I didn't finish all the modifier, and I think most of the modifier that is in the Blender can be built from the geometry node. So you can try. It's kind of like a puzzle. You just like brainstorm like how to do that. It's kind of fun. It really can help you to get started for using geometry node in a more unpainful way. Maybe in the future I will do some of the modifier to be part 2, and that will be today. Thank you. Bye bye.